This is a video inventory of 11 Chapel Cross for the next academic year students 2024 to 2025. I can confirm that all smoke alarms are working and the property has been professionally cleaned. So we're going to move on straight in and focus on the floor. Now, as you can see as we're moving in, there is some minor marking to the floor here on the tiles, some light marks just here. I'd like to draw your attention to the HMO license for your property as per legislation, and over to the left we have a fire alarm and a foam fire extinguisher. Now these are to be used in emergency cases only. Please don't misuse them, otherwise there will be a charge incurred that will come out of your deposit. Your fire alarm control panel is just on the right here with your switchboard. I'd recommend you leave these alone unless you absolutely have to use them. A mirror just on the wall here. As you can see, there are no scratches and no marks to the frame or to the mirror itself, and the wall has just a few just minor marks to the left here. As you can see, very faint, hard to pick up on camera. And there we go. So I think we'll start immediately left in this toilet just here, and focusing on the tiles. You can see no marks, no cracks. Very clean. Looking at the sink, you can see there are no chips to the basin or to the base, and I'm just going to quickly pan around to the walls so you can see there are minimal marks to the walls or to the toilet. Moving on through to the left of the toilet, we have a small storage area just here. You can see you have a mop and brush just in there. And come through to the kitchen. We're going to focus on the floor once again as we move through. You can see there are some markings in the grout, and just some minor marks as we move on through. There is a chip to these tiles here, and there's also one over here. So there are signs of some wear and tear. I believe this floor has been in the property for a few years, so it is to be expected. I think before we focus on the cupboards, we'll have a look at the surface. As you can see, there are some marks just over here where the builders have painted. I may also have to get the cleaners back to just amend a few things. I have noticed that this doesn't seem to be clean, so I will get them back for you. There is a gas tech safety notice just here. I would familiarise yourself with this. It could save your life in the event of a gas leak, so it's very important. Have a read. And as we move on through, we can see there are some marks. Now, some of this discoloration is because it's not been cleaned thoroughly, but there are some white marks, as you can see, from paint. So just bear that in mind as we move on. Okay, before we go through the cupboards, I'm just going to show you. You do have a fire blanket here, and a carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. And once again, these are for emergencies only. Please don't use them unless you absolutely have to. So we're going to look in these cupboards first, and as you can see, there is some discoloration to the shelving and the lining just here. And look down further here. Once again, some discoloration, and the lining has slightly come away from the shelf. Looking at the hob, you can see the hob has been cleaned, as has the extractor fan to the above and the underneath. And we'll just have a quick look at the oven. You can see the glass has been cleaned professionally, and we'll just open it up and you can see the inside has also been cleaned. Washing machine has been cleaned inside too. You can see it's been thoroughly wiped down, and the outside. And we'll have a quick look to the underneath here. Ample storage space under the sink, a washing bowl and an ironing board cover in case you need one. Sinks have no damage to them. They just need a quick wipe down, but you can see there's no major scratches or damage to the actual sink bowls. Some odds and sods in here. I'd have a little look through, probably some property information for you in there. Looking in this oven, you can see once again it's clean to the inside and the glass. The racks for both of these ovens have been dipped in acid, so they're thoroughly clean and ready to be used by yourselves. Just going to quickly go through the rest of the cupboard so we can see how it's looking. Here is your boiler. So once again, do read this notice. It's definitely worth it. It'll take about 5 minutes. You have got a toaster. As you can see, it's slightly worn, and the kettle is also slightly worn. These are provided by the landlord, so feel free to use your own. But all appliances in the property have been PAT tested, so they are safe to use. And I'll quickly focus just over here on the microwave, which has also been cleaned to the inside and the out. No damage that I can see. Okay, so I believe I just need to quickly show you in here because you can see there is some discoloration just there. Your fridge, I don't know if I'll be able to pick this up. I think you can see it just there. There is some denting to the fridge door. And there's also some very minor dents to the freezer door. So just bear that in mind. There are some dents in the doors. No cracks to either of the fridge shelves, if I can get the camera to focus, or to the drawers, or to the freezer drawers just there. Waste bin just to the right of your fridge, and we're going to move on through to the living room. So focusing again on the tiles, you can see there is a mark just here. Just moving on through. I'm going to focus on the floor first, and then we'll look at the furniture. You can see there are some marks and cracks just dotted about. So bear that in mind. So we're going to focus left to right, starting with this 3-seater sofa. Now as you can see, there are some marks to the far left cushion just here. And I believe there are some marks just under this cushion as well, here. But otherwise, this sofa is in great condition with no tears to the fabric. Same goes for this footstool to the right. You can see there are some minor marks to the top and to the side here, if I can get it to focus, but no tears to the fabric. Again, this next sofa does have some just minor little marks that have been accrued over the last year or so. Just there. And looking at the white coffee table, we can see there are some slight signs of wear and tear, a few marks just on the top here. Okay, you have a lamp provided by the landlord and a painting or picture just here. Moving on to your next sofa, you can see once again there are signs of wear and tear, especially to this right cushion, but no actual tears to the fabric of the sofa. You have a table tucked away in the corner, and you can see that again it is slightly worn. And the final sofa just here, looking at the left cushion, you can see clear signs of wear and tear, and to the right one, signs of wear and tear. As you can see, your windows are functional. I'm going to close this one as there is traffic outside. I have tested all the blinds in the property, they all do work, but just for time's sake, I am not going to be pulling them up and down. Looking at your coffee table, you can see there is clearly a sticker mark there, and some scratches just going along. It has been here for a couple of years, but yeah, just note there are some marks on here. And I'm going to focus on your dining table. Let's start with the chairs. You can see the cushions on some of these chairs are definitely quite worn, as are the chairs themselves. See underneath here, quite worn. Quickly tuck these back in, and focusing on your walls. As we have a look, you can see they've all been freshly painted with no major markings, no blue tack marks, no sellotape marks, no LED strips. Please refrain from putting any of the aforementioned items up, otherwise you will be charged. We have to repaint the walls, so that's your warning. I'll just try and close this window here. And having a look in the first fridge just here on the right, you can see there are no cracks to the shelves or to the drawers. And there aren't actually any freezer drawers in the freezer on this one, but it is clean and there's no damage to the shelves themselves. We have a shelving unit just behind the door, and you can see there is no damage to this unit. The one thing I will say, there is a slight marking to the top here, just like some paint flecks, but overall in good condition. And I'm just going to quickly focus on that last fridge. So looking at this fridge by the dining table, you can see once again there is some denting to the fridge doors here and to the freezer. It's just quite tough to get on camera, but just make a note that it is damage done. Looking at the shelving, we can see there are no cracks to the shelves or to the drawers in the fridge. And looking at the freezer, once again there are no drawers in the freezer, but it has been cleaned and there are no cracks to the shelves there. So before we go on to the bedrooms, I'm going to move on through to the downstairs area, which is communal and washing. And we're just going to focus, I think, first on the walls here. You can see there are 0 marks to the walls. And let's focus on the stairs. There's a slight mark just to that top one there and to this one. But overall, so let's focus, in great condition. So immediately across from us when we come down here are 2 foam fire extinguishers and a fire alarm, and once again I highly recommend you do not touch these unless in an emergency. It will cost you a lot of money. Looking at the tiles, you can see a slight mark there, just a few little ones, a few little cracks, but overall in a very decent condition. And just for your information, in this cupboard by your downstairs exit door, we have your water and electric meters. Your electric meter is just this one here, and your water meter is this one here. So if you need the readings, you'll find them there. Your gas is located somewhere outside here. If you can't locate it, you can't access it, give us a call and we will help you with that, no problem. So I'm going to focus on the wall just here. As you can see, once again, there are no marks apart from this one very small indentation in the wall just off from the rec room. And just looking down here, you can see no marks. So we'll come on in to this first door, and as you can see, it is a, well, I'll show you properly. It is a rec room. You have a ping pong table. I'm just going to focus on the tiling as we walk around. Slight cracks, little gum marks, just signs of having been lived in for a while as we move around. Your ping pong table does have signs of use. It's going to little scuffs and marks. Try and get this to focus. Quite clear wear and tear signs there, and on this side. And looking at your sofas, you can see that they are rather worn, especially this one to the left. There is some wear signs on the arm, but not too bad. And same goes for the 3-seater. On the arms, you can see just light signs of usage. Your paddles and I believe these are poker chips are just here if you wish to use the ping pong table. And I'm going to focus on the walls before I move on to your washing area. But as you can see, just very light marks. Got some indentations on this wall. See if I can get the right angle to show you. Just there, as you can see. Okay, let's move on through to your washing area. So there's a left down here. Before I turn left here, I'll quickly show you in here. It's a small room where you have some clothes dryers, an ironing board. The cover, remember, is upstairs under the sink if you want to switch that cover out. I just got a few little bits and bobs in here. Turn that light off and we'll head on into your washing room. So So once again, we're focusing on the floor. You can see there are some marks to the left here, if I get this to focus, some cracks over there. Now just moving on through. Just signs of wear and tear. We'll look right to left. You can see you've got a cupboard at the top with no damage and no marks to the inside. I'm just going to close these doors so you can see the outside there. No damage to the kitchen surface or to the surface up here. Or to the walls, maybe slightly worn, but no chips or cracks. There are some bits and bobs in this drawer for you to do with what you will. And the inside of that cupboard is nice and clean. Now the washing machine trays have been thoroughly cleaned out, as you can see. And the inside just there. That's number one. And just show you once again number two over here. Tray is clean, the inside is clean, and the outside is clean. The lining of this cupboard at the bottom is coming away, as you can see. There's an old kettle here. It has been pat tested, as you can see. I'm not quite sure why it's under there. It might just be it's no longer working. I'm not so sure. Your boiler is located in the corner, just there. And looking in the drawers and in the cupboard, you can see that it's nice and clean with minimal damage. Just there. I've taken your filter out of your tumble dryer so you can see that this has been cleaned, and I'm going to just pop that back in so it's ready to go for you. You can see inside the tumble dryer has been cleaned and the outside has been wiped down for you, and the cupboards once again are nice and clean with no damage. Finally, you do have a mini fridge which again has been pat tested and cleaned out for you, just there for soft drinks and whatever else you want to store in there. So with that, I'm going to move on through to the bedrooms. So starting at the stairs, we're going to focus on the carpet. You can see there's some light marks as we go up, most likely from where the builders have been in here. I'm just going to focus on the wall. No marks to the wall. But again, there are some marks to some of these stairs. Just be mindful of that. Try not to mark them any further. And we're going to start off at bedroom number one on the right here. So focusing on the carpet as we move in, you can see there are no marks to this carpet. The mattress in this bedroom has been replaced this summer, so you have a brand new mattress. I highly recommend you take care of it, use a mattress protector. Because it's new, any marks that are found on there, you will have to pay for, so just be careful. I think we'll go from left to right, looking at your radiators, looking a tiny bit worn. But the walls themselves are brilliant with no marks. It has been painted over the summer, so please try to keep it like this. Any blue tack marks or sticky tape marks or LED strips will incur a charge. Okay, so you have a sink in your room. This used to be a bathroom, so you do have a sink. And the cupboards underneath are nice and clean. There is some marking to the inside of one of the drawers. Just close that up for you. And a slight crack to the top of that drawer there. You do have a mirror by your sink, as you can see. The mirror has no marks. It just has some paint around the sides, but no scratches to it. And a shelf with no damage. As you can see, your window is operational, and I've tested the blinds, they do work. I'm going to close this window just now. Focusing on the desk, we can see there are no marks to your desk. You have a pin board just above. Please use this for hanging anything that you wish. And just note there is actually a very slight mark just there on the wall. Looking in your drawers, we can see they're nice and clean with no marks or stains. Just maybe a slight marking to the second handle down, and a few little spots on your study chair, as you can see. but no tears to the fabric and in good condition. The inside of your wardrobe is nice and clean with no scratches and no stains. I'm just going to close these doors to show you. Outside the doors there have no marks. So that's it for bedroom 1. We're going to move on to the toilet that's found just outside to the right here. Focusing on the floor, you can see just a few little marks there outside the toilet. And actually looking at the door, it is looking a little bit worn in places. So bear that in mind, and let's just focus on the tiles. So the tiles again are looking a tiny bit worn, especially down there by the radiator. Just a few little marks here and there. By the sink. So just be mindful. Your sink just here is looking a little bit rusty over by the plug part, but there's no chips to the basin. It's in fine functional condition just there. You do have a waste bin provided at the end of your bath, and the landlord has provided some shelving for small toiletries in these plastic shelves just here. So I'll close those up. Looking at the bath, you can see the panel is fixed on, and we have no damage to the actual bath itself or to the shower unit or the walls. Just quickly pan over and show you. Toilet is in great condition with no damage to the bowl or the tank, and the walls are looking very nice. No chips. And the last thing to show you in here would be mirror. You have mirror storage just in here. Slide on through for toothpaste, toothbrushes and the like. So we're going to move on to bedroom number 2, which is just opposite number 1. You can see on the floor we do have some little marks on the tiles. And I think what I'll do is walk down the corridor completely, just so I can then focus on the rooms without having to worry. So there are some, get this to focus, there are some marks as we go down, just here. So back to bedroom number 2, just here. I'm going to focus on the carpet as we go in. See, there are a few little loose bits on the floor here. As we move on in, maybe a couple of a little mark there just by the bed, and the carpet's slightly frayed just here, but not too bad overall. Now I have left this mattress turned over. The underside of this mattress is quite badly marked and discoloured, so I thought I'd leave it turned over, but the top side of this mattress is in great condition with no marks. Maybe a very faint mark just here in the top left corner. You can just see the outline of it there. Looking at the desk, you can see there is a slight mark to the front part here, but the surface is looking very good, and you have a mirror just there beneath your pin board. Your chair is in great condition, as is the back, and just focusing on your desk drawers, there are no marks and are very clean. Once again, you do have a sink in this room just here with a mirror right next to it and a waste bin. I'll just show you inside of your cupboards down here. You can see some storage space there with no damage and no chips to your sink or to your shelving just there. So finally, we do have your wardrobe with very little damage, if any, to the inside. I will note, however, the outside of these doors do have some damage. Just to the left here, there is a slight scratch, if I get a zoom out shot for you, and there's a slight, very light mark. I think I can wipe that off though. It's not too bad at all. So again, the walls have been painted in this room, so as you can see, they are in very good condition. So please refrain from hanging anything on there. There will be a charge. Okay, moving on to bedroom number 3. Turning left out of bedroom 2 is the first room on the left, bedroom number 3, and we're going to focus on the floor as we go in. You can see there are no marks immediately as we walk in. Just looking around, there are no marks to the carpet in bedroom number 3. I think I'll focus on your mattress first. So looking at the underside, we can see there are no marks to your mattress. Maybe a very slight one actually to the left here, but nothing major. Bottom there as well, so 2 little ones. I'm just going to turn this over now. So sorry, there's actually a little blue one there as well. So just going to flip this over. And as you can see, there are no marks to the top side of this mattress. In very good condition. And we're just going to show the surface of the desk. There are a few little marks to this desk. Looking in the drawers, we can see they're very clean with minimal marking to the front. Your study chair, however, does have some clear marks to the seating area, so just be mindful of that. But no tears to the fabric or to the back. And your pinboard and walls are in a pristine condition, as you can see. Again, these rooms have been painted over the summer, so try and keep them in this condition to avoid extra charges. Your shelving just left of the door, just to show you here, is in a good condition. And having a look in the wardrobe, we can see there are very few marks. The outside, we can see there is a small chip to the left door of the wardrobe, but nothing else. And looking at the sink basin, you see there are no marks here. Moving on to bedroom number 4, which is again immediately left of bedroom number 3. Number 4 just here. We're going to focus on the carpet as we walk in. See, there are no marks to the carpet. Just here. And I think what we'll do is go from right to left in this room. So starting off with the wall, you can see there are no marks to the wall here. There is a mirror near your sink and a full-length mirror that has been provided by the landlord. Looking at the sink, there are no chips to the basin or to the wall, in great condition. I'll just show you the underneath storage space, just here. Looking at your mattress, there is maybe some very slight discoloration to the bottom, but very light, barely noticeable. And I'm just going to turn this over now. And as you can see, top of the mattress is in a great condition with no marks. The walls do have, there's a couple, I think, either nails or screws sticking out just there. But no blue tack or sellotape marks on the walls. I'm just going to pick up this towel rail that knocked off the radiator. Looking in the wardrobe, you can see there are no scratches or scrapes to the shelving. And just to show you the outside of the wardrobe doors, you'll see that they are in a great condition with no marks at all. Looking at the surface of your desk, you can see there are maybe just a few very minor little marks, but overall in great condition, and your drawers are clean and without stains inside and out. Study chair is looking great to the seat, to the front and to the back. No tears or marks or stains, and as you can see, your window is completely operational. And I'll just close this now. Your wall, as again you can see, there are no marks or stains, and your shelving is in great condition, as is your radiator and this room as a whole. So that's it for room 4. We're going to move on to, I think it may be a bathroom next, so let's just have a look. We'll do room 5 first. We've got room 5 just here, and focusing on the floor, you can see there are no marks to the floor in bedroom number 5. Right, from left to right, you can see that the wall is in a great condition. A few little blue tack marks just up there, as you can see. Shelving has no damage at all, no scratches or anything like that. And just looking at the underneath of the mattress, we can see there are maybe a slight bit of discoloration to the right side just here, but no very vivid marks. I'm just going to flip this over now, and looking at the top, it looks to be in great condition with no marks. I'll see if I can get a shot with the whole mattress in it. Just focusing on the wall, you can see again there's just a couple of tiny marks, and there's a hanger just hanging there, but overall in very good condition. Your window is operational, and your desk is in a good condition. Mirror provided just there with the pin board. Looking in your drawers, there's just a light mark to the bottom of your top drawer just there, and the second, and the third is nice and clean. Study chair, a light mark to the seating area of your chair, and maybe a tiny mark, darker mark there to the back. The inside of your wardrobe is looking very good. You have a extra set of storage space to the left, and your shelving is unmarked. Show you the wardrobe doors here. No marks to the wardrobe doors. You do have, once again, a mirror just here above your sink, and looking at the sink we can see no chips to the basin, no damage. Let's have a look in the wardrobes. We can see slightly discoloured but in perfect working order. I'm going to move on to the bathroom just outside to the left here. So as we go in, let's just focus again on the tiles. We can see no cracks or marks to the tiles. There is no mirror by the sink this time. So focusing on the sink, we can see no chips to the basin, no marks on the side. If I can get the camera to focus, and just have a look in these drawers, nice and clean. A few marks to the top one, but overall in nice condition. Just your shower has been professionally cleaned. You can see the screen is nice and clean, the walls, the base, and of course the shower unit itself has no damage and has been nicely cleaned for you. And that leads us on to bedroom number 6, just here. So focusing once again on the carpet as we move on through. See, there are some very light marks near the bed. Very, very light, but overall in a lovely condition. It's been well looked after. We're going to go from left to right once again. So as you can see, there is a mirror above the sink with no scratches and no marks to it. Your sink has no chips to the basin. No marks to the inside of your drawers here, although there is a chip to the inside of this left door. The top of your end table here is looking slightly worn, but no, it's all superficial, and the inside is nice and clean. Your mattress, the underneath, is unmarked, no marks to the underneath, and if I just flip this over, you can see the top side has no marks, is in perfect condition. I'm just going to focus on the walls. We can see there are no marks to the walls, a couple of screws sticking out next to that shelving unit, but overall 0 marks and in good condition. Your shelf over here has no marks once again, and your pin board is nice and clean. Your desk has minimal damage, maybe a little bit of marking just there by the wall, but the drawers are, if I can get it to focus once again, nice and clean. Not so much in here, no damage. No marks to your study chair, to the front or the back, and if we look inside your wardrobe, you can see there are no marks to the inside of your shelves. Some just minor scratching just there to the outside of your wardrobe door on the right, but as you can see your window is functional. I'm just going to close this up now. And you do have just next to your wardrobe a full length mirror just there with no scratches. Shelving next to it, you can see there is a light mark to the bottom shelf, a few ring marks to the right. Your top shelf is as shown just here. Okay, so that's it for this floor. I'm now going to move on to the top floor. So once again, focusing on the carpet, and before we do have a foam fire extinguisher just here, which once again is for your safety. Please only use it in emergencies. So focusing on the carpet, you can see a light mark just there, and a few as we move on up from where the builders have painted the walls. There again, and I think I'm just going to stop here to show you the walls over here. You can see are in lovely condition, a slight indentation just there, and a few cracks to the corners over here, and another fire extinguisher for emergencies. So I think we'll start off on the left here. We have a toilet, just walking on in. See there are no cracks to the tiles, nice and clean, no damage to the basin of your sink, just here. And as you can see, we have a mirror just above your sink, toilet in great condition with no damage, shelving just here, once again for small toiletries. And looking at your bath, we can see there is no damage to the bath or to the shower unit. Moving on through to bedroom number 7, just here. Focusing on the carpet, you can see there are no marks to the carpet. If I can get this to focus, no marks just there. This is a larger room, a bit more space just here. So I think what we'll do is go from left to right. So focusing on the radiator and the wall, you can see there's some patchwork done to the wall just there. We have a storage cabinet just here. There is some minor markings to the bottom and at the back there. Just close these doors for you. Just have a look at them from the front. Waste bin just there, and some minor marking to the shelving, and a full-length mirror just here. So I think I'm going to show the underside of the mattress just here. You can see there is maybe some just very faint discoloration to the middle here. Otherwise it looks quite good. Let's just check the other side. We can see there are no marks to the other side of the mattress just here. I'm going to flip this over now. Looking at, I think this is a sofa bed, so you can see it's been hoovered, it's lovely and clean. And you have a shelving unit just here with some quite noticeable marks at the top, just there. A wicker chair with no damage, no marks there. Sorry, my camera's really struggling at the moment. And I'll just quickly show you the walls over there. You can see there are no marks to the walls. Your desk is in good, clean condition. Your drawers are nice and clean with no damage. Study chair is looking good. There's some minor marking, as you can see, but no tears to the fabric. Good to the back. You have a sink with no damage to the basin, and a mirror just above here with no scratches. And of course, under storage, nice and clean, in good condition. Looking at your wardrobe, you can see to the inside there is no damage to the inside shelving. And just looking at the doors, See, there is maybe some just slight marking there to the left hand door, but overall very good condition. And that's it for room 7. So for the final bedroom, we have bedroom number 8 just here, and we're gonna move on in, focusing on the carpet. As you can see, the carpet is once again in good condition. Maybe a very minor mark just there, but this room is rather empty, so not many marks, no marks to the walls. Your windows are of course operational if the camera wants to focus. I have left this turned over. I believe the underside is rather discoloured, so I've left it over like that. But as you can see, the top side of the mattress is unmarked. Just going to look in the wardrobe. We can see no marks to the wardrobe. You also have a clothes cover there for suit jacket or a coat. And looking at the wardrobe, we can see no marks to the wardrobe. Sink is undamaged, and the cupboard underneath is nice and clean with no marks. Of course, you do have a mirror above the sink once again, which is unscratched and unmarked. Pinboard just next to it, and of course your desk just here with no marks. Your drawers are undamaged, and your study chair has no marks to the back or to the seat. So I think the final room left is the bathroom to the right of this bedroom, just through here. So we're going to open on through. Focusing on the tiles, we can see there is some slight discoloration between the tiles, but no cracks that I can see. Just looking at the walls, we can see that there are no marks to the mirrors or to the taps. There is a chip in the sink just here, as you can see, so just be mindful of that. There is a chip in the basin, but it's still functional. The toilet tank is nice and clean, and as you can see, the bowl is undamaged. Same goes for the bath, in great condition, and the shower unit just here. So that's it for 11 Chapel Cross. All that leaves me to say is I hope you enjoy time with Belvoir, and the best of luck with your studies. Take care.